everybody, to today's session. We're going to talk about AI agents for reps, why we're starting here. And I brought on to do that Nupur from Customer. Nupur, thanks for joining. How are you?
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to talk about AI agents for reps. As you know, Brad just mentioned that this morning. So excited to go into that a little bit more deeper.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Before we dive into that, maybe just tell us just a little about yourself and Customer for those who don't know.
Yeah, so my name is Nupur, as Gabe mentioned. I head up the product marketing team here at Customer. Customer is your AI-powered CX platform to drive smarter service for customer support. And yeah, we've been around for a little bit, and we've come out with new launches. As you know, we launched AI agents for customers back in October, and now we're so excited to be talking about AI agents for reps. So that's our
Yeah,
second one in our trifecta of a AI-powered support.
I love it. I love it. Well, let's dive into that a little bit more. I know the team did some fun research that kind of involved reps and agents and AI.
Yeah.
Maybe let's start there. I think this is something that the team you might be able to grab here in the portal later. But some of the insights that you garnered from this research study, what was your takeaways?
You know, Gabe, people are getting really smart about AI. I want to make sure I'm referencing the stats from the report correctly, so bear with me as I look at it. Nearly two-thirds of CX leaders now understand the difference between AI agents and basic chatbots. That's a big shift. Leaders are starting to see the real AI agents go beyond those simple scripted reports. They're actually doing the work, not just
Okay.
starting a conversation. And so the potential for AI and CX really, it's massive. Again, like as I look at this report, half of CX leaders believe AI could eliminate 50% or more of a frontline rep's workload. That doesn't
Whoa.
mean reps are going away. That's not what that means.
Whoa, that
It
that that is, and
means,
then the first one, I was actually going to ask a question about this a little bit later, but maybe I'll just do it now. I'm just curious. You hear this word, co-pilots and AI agents and chatbots. Maybe just for the audience now, let's set the record straight. Like, any quick thought on the difference? Because yeah, I don't. I feel like a lot of people don't know, but it sounds like maybe some do, or a lot do know what that difference is.
well, I'm glad you asked. And I mean, as you duly noted, nearly two-thirds of CX leaders, they now know the difference between AI agents and basic chatbots. That's a big one.
Huh?
But what's that difference between an AI copilot and an AI agent?
Huh?
You see, AI copilot, the way I like to think of it is that an AI copilot works with the rep. Think of it as a smart assistant sitting right next to the rep. It suggests
Hmm.
responses, surfaces that relevant customer information, can summarize conversations, just help the rep move faster. But it never acts on its own. The rep is always there driving, editing, approving, and sending that final message. So we like to think of it as something that's perfect for teams that want to boost in productivity without giving up total control. AI agent, different, a little bit different. That's for the rep. An AI agent is more autonomous. It can read an incoming message, understand the customer's issue, pull in context, respond, all without a human stepping in.
Hmm.
It could even resolve a full conversation follow-up. It's like a junior teammate who handles those specific type of conversations from start to finish, and really giving reps some time back so they can focus on more complex, high-value work. So
I
TLDR,
like
if I had to put it, a copilot assists the rep, an agent acts on behalf of the rep.
Yeah, interesting. I heard someone the other day mention we were talking about this, not the exact framing, but it was kind of a fun word. They said, a lot of these things right now are tools, and the things you're kind of talking about are more like teammates,
That's right.
tools versus teammate. I don't know. I thought that was kind of an interesting way. Thought I'd throw that. That's helpful to just kind of set the stage. Want to stay high level for just a minute, and interested to dive into that research. I appreciate it, but the space is changing. A lot going on with customer service. Give me your quick take on just kind of big picture, how AI's service, what's going on here.
Yeah, I mean, totally with you there. Customer service, it's going through one of the biggest shakeups. And it's not just about, slapping AI on top of old systems. It's really about rethinking the whole experience for
Yeah.
everyone involved, really. So, I mean, AI and CX, it's not just automation or self-service. That's what we always thought it was. It's about changing how support actually feels. It should be for customers, but it should also be for the people behind the scenes, the reps and leaders.
Yeah.
So the way I like to think about how it's showing up is that customers want that personalized help. health that just gets it. They don't want to repeat themselves or jump through hoops. Even when AI is involved, they want it to feel smart and human. And then on the rep side, really, reps don't need tickets. They need better tools. Where AI is stepping in like a real sidekick, taking care of that repetitive
Yeah.
stuff so they can focus on solving tricky problems. And leaders want more visibility. AI
Yeah.
helps them spot patterns, see what's working, what's not working, and make moves that can actually improve the customer experience. So, not just about handling more volume, that's not the benchmark. That's not what leaders are looking for. They're looking for real insights. So, as I see it, AI and customer support is a trifecta. Really, you want to support everyone, not just the people behind, not just people in front of, uh, uh, not just people that are the recipients of the support, but also the people that are behind the scenes with your reps and your leaders.
I like that. I like that. Yeah, it's interesting. I feel like so many people are talking about AI for, for chatbots, for kind of solving customer inquiries, which don't get me wrong, I think is
Yeah.
awesome. But yeah, you're right. That the journey can't end there. It's got to kind of be, it can start there potentially, but there are other areas, and I know you're real passionate about this rep side of the stuff. So why the kind of the why the passion about the reps? I know that's been something been thinking a lot about. So what's the genesis there?
Well, anyone that works in customer service, you'll never hear them say, wow, things are going great. It's amazing. It's never going to be what someone says. So, I mean, really, reps are overwhelmed. Support teams are stretched thin. It's showing. Research says that 30% of people feel like they're not even doing their job well. Reps just don't feel that they're doing well. And that's not just stressful, it's not sustainable.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to be clear, we're not here to replace reps. We don't see that happening anytime soon.
Yeah.
Customers still want that empathy, that critical thinking, the human touch, things that AI just can't fully replicate.
Yeah.
So, what we
I think
can
that's
do
right.
is really give reps those tools to make their job 10x better. AI that handles that stuff, suggestions that pop up right at the right time, context that's already filled in.
Yes.
It's just helping reps get the support that they need so that their work doesn't feel so much like a grind.
Yeah. No, look, I think I mean, I remember during COVID, customer service reps especially kind of took the brunt of so much, and I think they're still feeling some of the effects of that. And as the economy goes up and down, and the
Yeah.
changing expectations of consumers, I mean, these people are at the forefront, I think, of a lot of challenges in our space, in that kind of CX space. And yeah, I like the way you framed it. I don't see anytime soon, where all reps are eliminated. It
Oh,
feels like we need to find this better balance, and we need to, take away some of the mundane tasks, but also this idea of like doubling down and finding ways to support reps
that's
in a
right.
way that makes them maybe not so frustrated or disgruntled, or, feeling like they maybe can't complete their job the way they want to. So I'm
Yeah.
curious, I know you've been studying this a lot, and I know companies are always looking for ways to kind of improve, especially that side of the house. How would you, coach organizations to start thinking about, taking this journey to actually make their reps from, regular rep to superpower rep?
Yeah. Well, most teams, they're not going to jump straight into full automation with AI, and they shouldn't. Smartest approach we see follows this crawl, walk, run model. On the crawl side, I would say start by helping reps think and write better. Tools like ChatGPT, they can help brainstorm phrasing, improve tones, speed up repetitive
Hmm.
responses. Even basic tools like spell checks and Grammarly, they give reps that productivity edge. But what's really important here is that reps need to be coached on the right way to use these tools. Coaching is
Hmm.
something that's important. On the walk side, you want to layer in AI agents for reps or co-pilots. These tools, they work alongside reps, as I said. They suggest replies, surface customer context, or even autofill key details.
Ah,
Rep is very much in control, but they're just not starting from scratch each time as they would do on the crawl step.
yeah.
And then run. This is where AI agents for customers come in. These aren't just assistants, they are autonomous. They handle entire workflows, summarize conversations, resolve issues end to end, really. And the only place where they might loop in a rep is when human judgment is really needed. It's like upgrading your support team with these tireless teammates who just never drop the ball. And I mean, what I really like about that run step is that you already have your crawl and walk in place, right? You have your walk,
Yeah.
but you have your AI agents for reps in. What that means is that reps can do more things like proactive selling. You're really expanding the use cases from service to even marketing or pre-sales, which I think is pretty incredible.
Yeah, yeah. Look, I like that. I think that's right. I mean, what we find, or what I'm hearing a lot, as I've been talking to some of the people that probably even involved in this conference, is that everyone's on just a different journey. And yeah, some people are just trying to find ways to kind of coach their reps to get them up to speed and see if they can kind of help them. And I like some of the tips you gave there. And others are ready, to kind of dive deeper and maybe go on this further AI journey. And so it depends on where you are, maybe where you want to dive into this AI and how it can potentially support reps to turn them into that kind of superhero idea. I think that's fun. Where do you feel like where do you feel like this goes? I know we talked about it. You touched on it briefly, but I just wanted your quick take on it. I mean, a lot of people are talking about reps and then AI.
Yeah.
How do you see those two working together in the future? Where does AI make the most impact? How do you see this playing out over the next little while?
Well, absolutely. So AI, I don't think should go rogue here, not at the start. Reps should always be in control. They can review, approve, or step in any time. So think of AI as a smart assistant and not a replacement. In fact, a lot of teams that we're seeing here using AI with customer, they start with what we call the copilot mode. AI helps them with everything behind the scene, drafting those replies, summarizing those conversations, pulling in helpful information. But the rep is in the driver's seat. They're the ones that hit send. They make the call. They own the experience. So really, that's how we see it evolve. And that's where we wanted to make the best impact, taking the busy work off reps' plate so they can focus what they're great at, that human empathy, the judgment calls, all of that good stuff. Um, right now, we think that that's the future, humans and AI working side by
Working
side,
together,
delivering
yeah,
better
yeah.
experience, not just those faster responses, but really a holistic, better experience.
Love it, love it. No, I appreciate that. I think that's going to be interesting to see how this kind of all evolves and plays out. All right, well, I appreciate you kind of giving us the overview on some of your takes on AI and some of the changing environment here in the CX space. As we wrap, maybe just a couple things. One is I'd love to hear. Obviously, the launch on the AI agents for reps is coming. Any information you can give us about that or to learn more, I think that would be wise to kind of throw out now. But in addition to that, you talked a lot about different pieces of information. We obviously today have a lot of CX leaders tuning in, a lot of different emotions, some overwhelmed, some feeling alone, some feeling like they have to do more with less. I'm curious if there's any advice or leave behind that you'd kind of give to the audience as we part here.
Well, I mean, I'm glad you're asking. So, on the first part with AI agents for reps, I would say please just go to AI agents for reps on customer.com. So there's a wonderful website page there for you to check out with a nice video that really demonstrates how AI agents for reps works. So be sure to check that one out. We have some great information. And then if there's one thing I would leave with everyone that's listening in today, it's that don't underestimate the power of your support team. If they have the right tools, they're not just solving problems, they're building loyalty. So it's really important to invest in that. Investing in technology that makes their lives easier, not harder. Again, as I said, AI shouldn't replace people, it should amplify them.
Yeah.
And so with the right tools, I think support can just become 10x better.
Yeah, look, I think that's a great message. It's the right now we're trying to figure out how do we make, humans as strong as possible. And I think that definitely came through today. So again, Nupur, appreciate you taking the time today. Fun talk track. And for the audience, enjoy the rest of the event.
Thanks, everyone.